show that can match it. Hard to name another show that can match it. Everybody from classy to ratchet. Heat fans like Jamal keep the flame alive. Dennis Lee got the lake show locked in 5 to Dub K to Augusta GA. Talk everything from NBA to anime. Chat like homies or debate like enemies. It's all fun and games, just match my energy. Just match my energy. Just match my energy. Yeah.
What's good, everybody?
Yo.
Back to another episode 39 of the Match My Energy podcast. It's your boy Dennis Lee, aka DINO Fit Dennis. As you can see, my boy JT too blessed. He couldn't make it today. Yo, we got you, bro. We got you. So
straight up, shout out to JT.
Pretty much the next best thing. Speaking of Match My Energy, the first voice you even hear when you turn on this podcast is that Heat theme song by Saint Rick. So I had to get him. What's up?
What's my energy? What's good, bro? What's good, fam? I'm glad to be here. Very privileged, honored to be here, man. I've been wanting to get on here and kind of just give the world some of myself and talk with you. We have really great talks, and outside of the camera. So it's about time that we get here.
Oh yeah, I mean, okay. So for those who don't know, this is my cousin. Saint Rick.
Real family, real blood shit.
Yeah, my actual cousin. So we talk all the time. Whether it's like random funny videos on Instagram, y'all know how that is nowadays. Your best friendships nowadays consist of sending each other funny videos and going, "Huh, that's crazy."
It's a meme world, bro. It's a meme world. It's so crazy that it's a meme world like this, man. I didn't really understand that how much memes and videos, reels control the internet, but it's the complete narrative of the media, man. Memes.
Man. Crazy.
You can be a rapper, you can be a meme, man. You can be a rapper, you can be a meme. Like it's a lot of guys out here that are merely making their path off of gimmicks, and I ain't hating on it. You gotta understand how this internet world is working. It's a big part of business in general, not just the music industry, not just the entertainment industry, it's just business in general.
For sure.
Representation.
Yeah, and then, because it's crazy because you say a meme world, it's like people get like the whole news just for memes sometimes.
No, bro, for real. Like
you get your whole
it's really
information.
Like
people don't go because honestly, I'm not even saying like go to the library, but like literally if you see a meme or something, you can easily just like close that app, go to Google and look something up. It's like, is that
straight up, bro.
Look up multiple articles.
Recently, when all the Kings and Queens, the Doug memes were out there, where he's like,
yeah,
man, how many people probably didn't? How many of these kids didn't even know what Kings and Queens was, what that show was, man?
Oh, yeah.
A lot of things are turning full circles even with these memes, man. Like we're seeing a lot of things come back. We're seeing a lot of artists make money off of songs that they made 20, 30 years ago, 40 in some cases.
Mm-hmm.
It's really interesting.
A lot of especially with TikTok and random dances. Like honestly, for you being an artist, so me, I always had a business mind and stuff like that. I always be thinking of my next scheme or plan or something, so and also I look at the business aspect of any industry. So one of the craziest things that I know is probably frustrating is when there's a Heat song or an artist will put out a song after song and it's pretty good. But then song that'll go crazy is because some kid found it on TikTok and is now dancing to it. So now, I don't know, Hot and Her by Nelly is going
you know
crazy.
What I'm saying?
That's something that when I was a kid.
And not only to think that it's going crazy on TikTok, they're getting all these views on TikTok. They're going to stream this song on Spotify, Apple Music, Deezer, wherever they're going to listen to their music. They're going to stream this song. So now, Hot in Here, which was a hit, it was a hit of its time, is now again a hit of 2023.
Or even I saw one that switched. Well, it came back around. Funny, that was one of his bars or whatever. But Surround Sound, that JID song. That song came out, what was that
Yes.
Almost 2 years ago. Now they got the Ceiling Challenge or whatever. It is back around.
Oh yeah.
Make
no mistake that those things are not, they're seeded, bro. All of that stuff is seeded.
Right.
These guys with this money and that are able to have these big budgets behind them, they have the correct PR team, marketing team that are able to streamline and let them know like, hey, this is gonna be hot. We got this influencer over here, and then it just takes off like wildfire with TikTok being such a rapidly viewed app. You know what I mean?
Right, right. So I don't know, it's pretty cool. So man, all right. So here's how I'm gonna start it off a little bit. Of course, I've known you since, I mean, since you was born, but
Yeah.
like, so like, tell the world like, hey, where you from? What's your inspiration for music? Because I mean, I've been telling people go listen to Saint Rick over and over. So if you're a fan of
Absolutely,
Match My
bro.
Energy, you should be a fan of
Good.
Saint Rick. So like, where do you get like your inspiration? Where are you from? Um, and just some of the thought process behind your process.
Bro, I'm from a small town in the southeast corner, in the middle of the map. I'm from southeast Kansas. I'm from Parsons, Kansas. Uh,
Parsons.
I did get a chance to see a lot of other places, a lot of cities, St. Louis. I've gotten to be out in LA. I've gotten to be out in Texas, in Houston, Dallas. I've got to see a lot of different places throughout my life. And so I would say that my inspiration doesn't necessarily come from home, though I am uh, Southeast Kansas till I die. You know what I mean? That's what made up
SEK
most
for
of my
sure.
years. That's where I graduated. That was my high school. That's where I fell in love with Taylor Gang and Currency and a lot of underground rap. But I mean, we could even
Yeah.
take it back to when I was 9, 10, when I was first really, really, really getting introduced to rap. My mom listened to rap, you know what I'm saying? But it was like I was pretty hip on like Tupac. But aside from that, it was like Erica Badu and a lot of neo soul,
Right. Right.
a lot of R&B kind of stuff. So I really started off with the interest in singing before I ever even wrote a rap. And before I ever even
Hmm.
wrote a rap, after I was singing all these years, I was doing poetry,
Okay.
and that's when rap really clicked for me because it was really that's that's when it clicked for me because it's really an expressive outlet. Like your words are everything in rap. I can sing you a
Mm,
love song and pretty much say anything that has to do
right.
with love or lovey-dovey stuff. But like when you come in with those bars, it's a pure expression of words. It
It's like
matters
you hear
what
my
words you
actual
use.
voice. Yeah.
No,
I'm
absolutely.
talking to
It's
you.
mattering what words you're using, what words you're putting before the last word. Are you gonna use a double entendre? Are you gonna relate this with a simile or a metaphor? You know what I mean?
Mm,
That's when I kind of fell in love with rap. My mom had this DJ boyfriend, DJ K, and he was showing me the turntables and the vinyls when we was living up in St. Louis, man. And I like really fell in love with that. He was giving me these mix CDs, Yo Gotti, uh,
okay.
Crime
Okay.
Mob. You know what I'm saying? A lot of Lil Wayne back then.
Oh,
Shit
for
ton of Lil
sure.
Wayne. Lil
For
Wayne is
sure.
like one. Like I feel like everybody can dig into that Wayne back from my era. It's like, yo, he was a heavy inspiration. Like he made everybody want to rap. Of course, he made everybody want to
I got
rap.
some. Hey, I got some raps in the notebook for when even I was trying to write something back
Straight
then.
up, bro. Like it really made you feel that, and that's what I mean. It's that expression, though. It was what he was saying, how he was saying it, to the point where, um, he was getting away from being what everybody wanted him to be. Like he didn't have to just be like, "Oh, I'm just a blood." Like he didn't have to be a banger. He didn't have to. He could just be Wayne.
Right.
I fell in love with that aspect, and then we got Kanye after that, and Kanye like played a big part of it in me rapping. He showed
For
the
sure.
world that like it didn't have to be dope boy rap. Like
Yeah.
dope boys and street niggas weren't the only ones that have a testimony. And like I've been and done my things in the world,
Right.
but I'm just a decent guy, dog. Like I'm a decent
Hmm.
guy. I don't claim myself as a street nigga. I don't want to be in the streets. I never really wanted to be in the streets like that. I was young at one point, but like, nah, I never really wanted to be that. Like I've always been pretty friendly and growing up. When I grew up and when we grew up, really, bro. Like when you're coming up in the early 2000s, all the way up until like 2008, 2009, like that's when you could
Hmm.
start to kind of rappers were starting to kind to express themselves aside from that
Yeah.
hard facade. You know what I mean? So rappers really started to get out of their box and stuff,
Sure.
and
Because that was
shit.
2000, 2008, 2009. That was like for me. I feel like here goes the bingo card where I date myself in almost every episode. But that was my senior year in high school, and that was when Drake first, really started popping.
Yeah.
That was 808 and Heartbreaks, I think, came out around that time.
Yeah, it was like 08, yeah.
Kid
Cuddy's
Cudi,
Man on the
Cudi,
Moon. That was
Man on the
very
Moon.
like, I don't know. That was literally a transition, like in hip hop. And I don't
Yeah,
even think people realize it, like how much of a transition that was in hip hop. And when I
no, for
heard Kid
sure.
Cudi, I was like, oh my god, bro!
There's
Like
a
that.
different way.
I
There's a
can,
different way
I,
now.
I can feel, I can
Yeah.
say these
Oh.
things and not be a bitch. Like for real, that's really what it was,
Yeah.
bro. Like I can say
Yeah.
this and I cannot be a bitch. Like because before that, it
Yeah.
was like, for real. Before that, I was like,
No.
what? What do
No.
you
I even like.
What do you mean you wearing smaller clothes, bro? What do you mean you're wearing
Yeah.
Chuck Taylors, bro? Like,
Yeah.
nah, but for real though, like
Yeah. That was the Wiz, like you said, and honestly,
it was pivotal, and
running
that's like
running
when I
running joke in our family, bro. Like when Wiz came out, I almost said the other name, but I've said on the show. So his name, like we used to call him Duck, but say Ricks. But like we were like, yo, Duck sounds just like Wiz Khalifa. Every time he laughs, I don't know where this came from, but I was every laugh was.
bro. Nah,
But
dude.
like you start to see that influence, but then of course, like I mean, with the heartfelt emotion, with the heartfelt emotion and the melodies, and kind of like making your voice an instrument also in the song. I
Facts.
think for you, that's where I can kind of see the Kid Cudi influence, and even like the Kanye, especially like the Kanye,
No, Kid
of
Cudi's
like
a genius, bro. He
the
you know
808
how many
Heartbreaks
songs
time.
Kid Cudi has been sampled on so many songs, my dog. So many songs
Mm,
that you won't even really realize it. But that whoa, all those ooh, like all
mm,
those like, and when you're getting sampled just based off of that, one of Kanye's best tracks was just a sample of somebody's ad lib, Jeezy, and Jeezy went on Drake Champs to say
mhm, yeah.
that saved my career. That Kanye wanted to
Mm.
use that
Yeah, man. Tell me the
nah,
truth. Yeah,
yeah, that was crazy.
yes, man. Oh
I
yeah.
still don't think people respect the genius to that, man. Like I was telling my wife, I was like, you'll see all these writer credits on Kanye's stuff, and it's because he's losing
Hmm.
a piece of this, somebody's voice here, just a little from somebody's voice here.
I
Like,
think, yeah, no, you know what? I think, and we don't have to get into that part of it today. I mean, because we've talked about it before. It's like, I think that's part of his genius, but that's also part of his, that's not, okay, I'll leave that out. But how he samples everyone's thoughts and ideas. And there's definitely a genius to it. And I love that. But like, I think that's part of his thinking now. His thinking is kind of like pieces of other people's thoughts. And in music, that makes it sound amazing.
it can be that way, I feel like, but it's the genius in the ear.
Right.
Can't
Knowing what
everyone
to
hear
stack.
those samples, bro? Like I've yet to
Yeah.
get
Oh yeah.
back to like, oh, I'm gonna go back to the 1940s and in the 1950s and start sampling some stuff. And
Hmm.
not only that, but he has the knowledge to do it. He's not just. I don't believe that Kanye is just sitting down to make a track and he's looking these up. I know that he has that catalog in his head.
Oh yeah.
He's
I mean,
like,
because I think like
ooh,
it's also him in his age. Like, okay, because put it like you just said, Tish, but your mom, like she grew up telling you, or you grew up listening
you know what I mean?
to
Like,
what
oh,
she
her
was
music
playing for you.
selection. Yeah, listen to
Yeah.
Joe and
So think about him growing up, listening to his mom and dad's music selection
yeah,
and
no,
going,
straight up.
yo, remember that one song my mom played when I was 8? Oh, wait, hold up. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
bro.
So it might be the Whispers, or it might be some jazz lady that we probably never heard of. And, certain
Straight up.
little piece of that. There's a genius to that. I fully agree. And I think
No,
that's
no,
dope.
because we can't sit here and say that like a Ye has like the best bars in the game, or he's just
No,
dropping
for
it. So
sure.
what makes it so impactful? It's that combination.
Honestly, I think it's, yeah.
He
It's
so he sells you on the production before he even says words.
Bro, it's the totality. Like
Yeah.
literally, what's the new song he just came out with? Was it Vultures? Vultures with like a Ty Dolla Sign, and he had a version
Yeah,
with Dirk and
yeah.
another one with Bump J. So like his verses on there, not really fire, but the song in its totality, so fire to me. If you play it in your car, it feels like a thing.
Bro,
Hold
dog,
up
if
now,
that
like you know what I'm saying? Like,
recently for like his most recent stuff, that Jail Part 2, that is something that I felt that Jail Part 2 is okay. First of all, who
oh,
thinks I'm gonna layer Marilyn Manson under this hook with the baby? Like, who the fuck even puts those two
right,
people together?
right.
And that's all Marilyn Manson was there for, was that hook. That guess who's going
Speaking,
down tonight? Yeah,
yeah,
that shit was
okay.
clean. I was like,
Speaking
whoa.
speaking of which, and that's crazy because that almost sounded like his voice. But okay, controversial question, Tom. For hip hop heads, who had the better verse on Jail Part 2, the baby or Jay-Z?
The baby.
Mmm.
The baby. And he was right. He was
Say,
right. He's smash hole.
I was like, oh no. Go with
Honestly,
listen,
that
y'all.
when that dropped, uh Hove's verse on Drake's album was better than his verse on Ye's album. Because you
For
remember
sure. For
Drake
sure.
dropped that album the same time, and he had a verse on Hove's too, and it was kind of like people kind of talked about it a little bit on Twitter, like, oh, okay, he's cool with both of
Mhm.
them. But that was like right prior to the whole Jay Prince, Kanye, Drake
Right.
beef squash and everything. But
Yeah,
nah,
no,
bro.
it was weird, like to okay, there's sometimes okay, because there's been uh because that's a part of music is the features and all that. And there's been some verses where I'm like, or some songs where I was like, wow, the person that you thought was gonna win in that one. I mean, obviously it's not a competition, but the way we look at it is kind of like that. So I'd even take J. Cole and Gucci Mane. What's that? There I go. There you go. That song. I
Huh?
was like, wait, did Gucci have the better verse? Did Gucci have the better verse on this one?
Now, all right.
Uh-oh.
Now, listen though. When you're going on a feature campaign like Cole's done, like somebody's gonna beat you out.
After every
He's
once in a
done
while,
so many
yeah,
features in this last like 8 months, bro. Like,
for
yeah,
sure, for
somebody's gonna
sure.
beat you out.
That was his one. That was his one. I'll say
Honestly, I
L.
kind of
I'll
think
say
Drake
L,
ate
but it's
him.
not that crazy.
I think that Drake may have ate him on first person shooter.
No.
Yeah, bro. When he gets in that
Oh, I should have told Matt to
Darlene,
come on today.
Darlene, it was clean. I was like,
All
oh,
right.
okay.
Only thing is, I'm an overthinker. The way he was floating on it, fire. It sounded cool. The beat
It was the
switch,
bar.
the beat switch alone made that part fire. And then you add the way he was floating on it, great. And then the way the rhythm of his voice was sounding, okay. But a lot of people know about me. I'll be
The
overthinking.
flow. Okay, so I will say the flow beat it. Maybe
Yes,
not
the flow,
content.
his flow. Yes. Because okay,
Maybe not
first off,
content, bro.
you went to search up a name on your iPhone, and girls with names that only rhymed on the N all popped up. It's not how searches work, my brother.
Hey, bro,
It's not.
that's a part of It's a part of writing, man.
No.
There's sometimes I'll do something. I may even say something. And I'm like, I gotta do the homework. Hold on, I gotta make sure. Like, cause I don't
That's
see
like what
nobody pulling my
Yachty.
card.
That's like what Yachty was like. She blew me like a cello. I was like,
Well, we
damn,
already
brother.
know that. We know we can't. I mean, we'll
The
save that for
cello,
another, bro.
blew me like a.
Wayne has a lot of those too, bro. There's a lot of
Oh,
rappers. There's a lot of
the F is for
bloopers,
phenomenal. Yeah,
bar bloopers,
bar.
man. Like,
Yeah,
because
but I'll
sometimes you
take it.
thinking and it's hard. Like,
Listen, it sounded fire. If you still just dancing along, you know what I'm saying, then it's just like whatever,
bro,
man. I just
I
got
had
that
this
off.
one
I
track
got
and I
that.
was recording. I was recording with my homie Tone, and it was one of the SoundCloud fucking drops we did back in like 2017 maybe, and it was like I said something like a whole lot of ass getting tossed up or something to that effect, bro. And it was like immediately spacebar pause, yo, dog, what'd you say? And I'm like, yeah, bro, run it back, bro, because at the time it's like, okay, that's yeah, you in it, right?
I
And
mean,
it
but
does
also
sound
like
good. It does sound good when
depending
you're
on the
in it,
type of
man.
song, depending on type of song, it's still like that bar would still work. Party song or something about a whole bunch of girls being around, a whole bunch of, but
It's very
but
line.
also
It's straddling a line there.
yes, for sure. You definitely
They would
gonna
definitely
explain
be
that
like,
later, but you can leave it
that's
in.
zesty as
Pause.
fuck, bro. What they say,
Yeah,
that's
for sure.
zesty.
That's zesty. Yeah,
can't wear
pause. Hey, yo. Yeah, all that. Yeah. But still, man, like, yo, you're like, yo, man, I like women. I was talking about a whole bunch at a party, a whole bunch of girls dancing and they whatever. I don't know.
I feel that. But I know that I scatter a lot. Like when I talk, I fucking scatter a lot of different places because I'm connecting with experience. But to bring it back, man, influential wise, not just like iconic and rappers and artists. I mean, there's just a lot of people in my life that have influenced me a lot. Like my mom and her pain and her struggle has influenced me a lot. What I've went through, the hard lessons and the forgetting and relearning,
Okay.
like having to forget being taught things that weren't necessarily real tools for real life because you don't realize that till you get out here and you're like, okay, that's not really how that is, and I need to be more susceptible to this. I need to have a better attitude towards this. My perspective doesn't need to be that way. Your perspective,
Right.
your perspective from a struggle, it can either shape you into a person or it can make you into a person.
For
And what I
sure.
mean by
For
that
sure.
is you can take that perception and indulge it, and that's gonna be you for the rest of life. And I realized like, or you could take all those perceptions, all that pain, and you can get through that. You can face it, and then you'll see a better you on the end of it. You're gonna see a better you on the end of it. So a lot of that, like especially what I'm making now that I have a family of my own, I'm building a family of my own, a legacy of my own.
For sure.
I'm thinking about that a lot when I'm spitting now. It's not
Okay.
so wild. My head's not all over the
Right. It's
place.
not
It's not.
just
I'm married.
asses get
There's not
asses getting
different
tossed
women.
up. It's not that no
Yeah,
more.
for real, bro. It's not like not that I don't enjoy listening to that kind of music or making that kind of
For
music,
sure.
but like
Yeah.
I literally think about it before I'm making a booty anthem or a club anthem. Like, and I have some on my computer, man. But I have daughters, bro. I got 5 daughters. I think about the rap that I let them listen to.
Right. For sure.
They
Yeah.
listen to a lot. They listen to a lot of Lil Russell, bro.
Okay.
Because I'm like,
That's
okay,
that's learning type music. Yeah, because it's like, man,
right.
the things that like
I
you
don't.
natural consciously
I
or
don't want
subconsciously
my.
consume.
I don't want my daughters to grow up and feel like they have to be a certain kind of so-called black woman,
Okay.
or they have to uh with the perception and the visualization that black men are only this way or this way or this way.
Gotcha. Yeah, for sure.
And that's not true. Like that's not the truth. Like, and I say that because that is the strongest influence that we have, especially with rap and hip hop, trap being the pop genre now. Like that's the
Yeah.
biggest influence we have. When people are looking at us that are not black,
Man,
when they're emulating us and they're not so called black, that's what
I'm
they're
about
looking
to
at.
yes.
They think that I'm an old head because niggas like Young Boy said so. I'm only 28, bro.
Dude, don't even all right.
Right, right, right. You know what I'm
Listen,
saying? Like
okay,
the
because listen to
perspective is
me.
fucked up
No,
in society. Like it's weird, bro. Like
here's where I felt old.
they
Here's
made
where I
rap
felt
so
old.
fucking weird. Like it can only be a young nigga thing. Like I'm like, what? Why you still rapping?
No, they
Two
say that
Chainz is still rapping.
when
Fuck
they
that.
said
Jada
when
Kids
what's
is
his name
still
was
putting out
like,
verses.
who was it? Andre 3000. He was like, yo, I just don't want to feel like I feel like I'm getting too old for rap and this and that. I
All
was
right, check
like,
it though. Check it though.
broke my heart.
Imagine
Broke my
stepping out of 2004. Stepping out of 2004, bro. Taking a hiatus, right? And then stepping
yeah.
back in 2003 or
I get
2023. Do you know how
yes.
big of a gap? You know how much shit has happened? How like it's completely different, bro. Niggas don't say tight no more. He came from an era where niggas was saying that's tight.
And honestly,
He came from a nigga like
I
they
decided
didn't
I'm gonna
even
still
call each
keep
other
saying that.
street niggas back then. Like I'm from the streets, but they wasn't really like I'm a street nigga back then. Like, and they damn sure wasn't calling each other demons.
No, that's crazy. Yeah, there's definitely like I don't know, like okay, so to me,
So I get it,
hey,
bro. Like
I but okay, so I look at it like, why do we do that in our genre only? And I know I say our like, but people know what I mean. Like, listen, I look at this as like a podcast that everybody can
There's
listen to, but y'all know I'm talking from my experience and my community and my culture. So like when I say our, even if I'm not a musician, well, not currently a musician,
it is. It's all of us,
but
bro.
it's still all of us. So like when I hear that, it breaks my heart because A, we don't do that in any other genre. People still go see the Rolling Stones. People still go see
Garth,
what's left of the
Garth
Beatles.
Brooks,
People,
bro.
Garth Brooks still gets Willie Nelson still goes on
Man,
tour.
bro. Yeah.
So, dude, you know how okay, in an ideal world for me, RP Takeoff, RP Nip. In an ideal world for me, I'm 50 years old and I'm getting ready with my lady, and we're going to go see uh a Nipsey Legacy tour or a Migos tour where these niggas is old going, man, bougie. And they all old, but they still got the dreads, they still got the
Type shit,
Versace
bro.
shirts on stage.
Also,
We old, we still get to watch them, and it doesn't, so like our music can still do like the same way they go listen to Sweet Home Alabama every time it comes to their town. I should be able to listen to uh dad. Look at my dad. Yeah. I should be able to go listen
no,
to
straight up.
all these, you know what I'm saying? I should be able to feel happy. Shoot. The Millennium Tour I thought was genius. Like we should be able to appreciate our music encapsulated and still going. I should be able to still take my old ass to go Harlem Shake to a Bow Wow song.
Absolutely, bro. That's why, like
And
that
so
the verses that they were doing, I thought that was the coolest thing
right.
ever. Like,
Exactly. So even like Andre 3000, and I actually want to talk to you about this too, because on there's lots of different aspects that I loved about it, but also felt sad about. When he was like, I just don't feel like I have anything to say. When you think about rap or poetry, where you're sharing your experiences, I would love to see Andre's the way he would put together songs or verses to the life that he's lived since he took his break. I feel like
yeah.
there's so much life that he lived that he could
Okay,
have
so check it though.
encapsulated in an album.
I feel like people are being a little rough on Andre, bro. I think people are being rough on 3K, a great pioneer. He falls right in those lanes, like you know what I'm saying. Before there was a Kanye,
Right.
there's
Oh, for
Andre.
sure. Yeah.
But well, before
Hey,
Kanye
y'all.
was on a beat
Yeah.
rapping, there's Andre, man. He took those swings that a lot of people weren't willing to take, wearing wigs, doing these crazy things. Like he was being himself. Um, but he's given us verses. You know what I mean? He's given us
Right.
verses.
Oh, for sure.
And so it's not like he doesn't have anything to rap about. He is still rapping. I think his thing was I don't have anything to put in a cumulative project. I think he probably has
Right.
plenty of songs, but it's a difference between having plenty of songs and being confident behind those songs.
Yes. I get that.
Having that confidence to be behind those, like what he put out, he had confidence behind. That's why he could put that out. And I think more or less that's what he was meaning. Not necessarily like I'm just getting so old, like I'm so out of touch. I think he feels that way. I think he
Right.
genuinely does feel that way. But I think he also feels like I'm not willing to sell my soul for that
No,
shit.
for sure. Well,
I'm
okay.
not willing to come outside my bubble to be something that I'm already not when I'm coming.
Because of what all comes with it. Like, yes, he can make the project, and he probably does. I'm pretty sure he has some music in there. I know he says I've barely been rapping, but I'm sure you may have something recorded or something. And I understand, hey, I was feeling this way and I don't feel like putting it out now. But also, let's say he did. Now there's certain things that come along with it, like the interviews, the being in the faces, the this, and he's like, and the maybe even the touring, and he's like, I don't really want to do any of that. So I'm not going to put out an album where I have to do all that with that. So
Because you have to.
bringing
You
it to,
have
yeah,
to.
you have, especially if you're at that level. If you're just random Joe Schmo from Wichita or whatever, and you put out an album, no, you're not going to have to go do an interview with Vogue or GQ. So it's
Right.
different. But if you're Andre,
Yeah,
if you
bro.
3 Stacks, bro, we want to put you on everything, bro. Shoot, Andre, if you ever want to come on Match My Energy, come on.
For
But
real, though. For real,
but
bro.
but him putting out this album that he put out, the flute and the musical, I thought, as much as I'm saying what I'm saying now, I thought that album both was beautiful and genius. Like, And I'm not the person. So like, okay, I have a pet peeve.
I'm
As
not
you know,
being
bro, I
very
mean,
woke about it. I genuinely enjoyed it
no, no,
for what it
yeah,
was. You know
I'm
what I
not one
mean?
of those
Like
people. I'm not one of those people. I'm not one of those people that's like, but you, the hertz and the frequencies and the
that, and
right,
that does
all
play a
right,
part.
brother.
Like that,
Yes,
all the music
maybe,
that's ever
sure.
put out, it plays a part. They are really doing
Whether
that.
it's
That is real a real
bad
thing.
hertz or for
Yeah.
sure. But at a simpler level, it just sounds really nice. It sounds really pleasant, and it calms me. And maybe it's the hertz,
Yeah.
my brother. But for the most part, it's calming music.
Like
But
meditation. Thinking music.
at
Think it like you
the same time, it's also both because okay, one of my big pet peeves is the word genius. Everybody is not. I don't like it when everybody gets called that. You know what I'm saying? I don't like to throw that around. But this, in fact, was genius as a business move. Like I said, I think about business as well. So for the
all right,
next
check it out though.
100 years,
But
we're sampling this.
do you think as a business move, he really needed to do that? Bro
No,
still
no, no,
collecting
no,
royalties off of Hey y'all, bro. And like,
for sure, for sure. I think I just heard it on a commercial like
man, bro.
a week or so ago.
Like,
Yeah, for sure. No, I don't think he needed to do it, but like it's kind of like did did Mark Cuban need to sell his portion of the Mavs last week for was that $3 billion? No, it was just a great business move. You know what I'm saying? It's like
maybe.
so if you know business, if you know how to move in your field, then you're gonna move in your field. It's almost gonna feel like riding a bike or washing the dishes. It's just or brushing your teeth. It's just something you just do. So them doing and making beautiful music, that just it was just a byproduct of them being able to have people sample that. People are gonna try to do it quick, but I'm talking about people that are gonna
Yeah.
do it
Lupe
after
Lupe
he's
already
gone.
did it. Lupe already
Yeah, I think
track
it's too
one.
fast. Yeah,
Yeah.
too fast, brother.
It was very Lupe. I would say
And he
that.
tried to like, and he tried to talk. He tried to basically like say what we were all saying. Oh, this is like the massage parlor. Da, da, da. I'm like, duh, okay, but like I'm talking about like the little pieces, like actual, not the sampling that's going on now. How do you? Okay, so I'll speak on it for a second, but I'll ask you about it. Like, so back in the day, sampling was almost subtle a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like they would
I
take
can't
the
really say
voice
that
of
it was
this.
subtle because
They
you got to say the
no,
birth
no,
of
there
hip
was
hop comes from sampling.
no.
The very birth of hip hop comes from scratching and finding those marks on a vine,
Okay, so
finding
you kind
that
of making my
specific.
point. You kind of making my point right now. So like I'm talking about that. So they would take this little part, they would either scratch it or they pitch it up or they pitch it down or they do this or they flip it
Yeah,
upside
yeah.
or something like that. Now
Speed it
you
up.
have
Yeah,
people
yeah.
and I don't want to like name drop. I don't really care. It's not really for cloud or anything, but like let's say like an NLE Choppa when he did
All right.
when he did like that one Hot in Her song where he basically just used the whole beat. He didn't really even use like the whole like his flow and everything. Like he basically made Hot in Her Part 2. Or what's that one? Jack Harlow with
You
that
gotta.
Fergie. It's like dang near the same song
I'm
in a
gonna let you
sense.
know that the people you're naming are industry babies, though.
No, for sure, for sure.
They're
And that's
industry
what
babies, so they're gonna get those samples no matter what. The labels behind them are gonna make sure they get those samples.
but I'm saying there's no like genius behind that. Like there's no
Whoever chose that glamorous sample was genius. Whoever had that idea
no.
was a genius.
But I mean like there's no like trying to make it your own no more. It's like, yeah, oh no, I've heard that song. Like the first second you can tell. There's some songs that like after like hella years, I go, wait a minute, that was a such and such sample. Oh,
Yeah.
wait, that was the sample from this. Because did you hear? Oh, because there's one that I just found, like I just realized listening to it. Umbrella and Cranes in the Sky are just about the same beat. Think about how much that just
I
hits
can't.
you.
Yeah, I can't believe that, bro.
Because
Like
they
it's
I think
like
they like slowed it down a little bit.
a lot
Like
of
so,
times
at
we don't
least
even
something
realize
like
we're
that.
listening to a fourth sample of something. A
Right.
lot of times we don't
So
even understand. Like we don't realize that. Like we're listening to the fourth sample of something.
yeah, or that's what I'm saying. Like something like make it like clever, I guess. They're not even making it clever no more. It's just like boom, same
Well, when you
beat,
speak on
same
the industry babies, yeah, no,
no, for
like
sure.
no, they're
Yeah,
not.
and that's a great point that it's
And that's
them for
because
sure.
a lot of times those tracks are given to them. It's not.
And they've already got them cleared. They already did
Yeah,
the
like yeah.
behind that. Yeah,
Try
for
to.
sure.
It's not a Rod Wave situation. It's not a Rod Wave situation, which
Mm,
is pretty big
yeah.
right now. Yeah.
What you think about that? What you think about like how like even like with Jeezy or
I
not
think
Jeezy, sorry, Boosie being mad about that, or even like they even show how he basically took the words from Jay-Z, the song cry, and
dog,
even
he
like
does it
Paramore.
to everything. He did that Over My Dead Body. He did Hey There Delilah.
Yep.
Uh so I mean I agree with Boosie. I'm on Boosie side in that whole thing, like cause I know that he paid like the label cleared those samples. Like
Right.
you did not sample the plain white tees and it wasn't clean.
Oh, so like,
Yes.
okay. So, but you think that they did it for all those other people, but then they didn't clear it through Boosie.
And that's what
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
pissed
yeah,
off
yeah.
about.
No, I feel
It's a
that.
respect. And that's what he was saying in his little video, right? He was like, you know what I'm saying? The label didn't do that to anybody else. I know they did. I know they did. Like,
No, I
so
mean,
where's my
because if you
shit?
look at that Juice World with Sting,
Mm-hmm.
like he came back and now Sting owes like what is that, like 90% of that record or something like that? Like that's
It's like that
crazy.
though.
Yeah, no, but you got to clear that first. You got to clear, like, because if he would have cleared it first, maybe the paperwork would have been a little bit more lenient
And
towards Juice World or something like that. Or
we don't know the background. Like, we don't know the background of how, like, it could have been very well, like, because niggas are, like, famous and stuff, but they're still doing the same shit they were doing before. They were recording the same way they were doing before and stuff. And, like, niggas are just thinking, like,
right,
oh, that's a hot sample. Like, I like that. I'm going to use it. It shouldn't be that big a deal. A lot of motherfuckers are in the business and they're signing the labels because they don't have the smarts. They don't know.
no, for sure. You just have the artistry of it. You just like, I know how to make a song, or some people don't even know how to make a song. They just know how to like rap. Those
Yeah.
are differences for sure. One thing that I've been noticing a lot in the industry is the difference between making songs, well, making a hit song, making songs, and just making
And that,
music
I like that you made that separation because there's a big difference. Like, motherfuckers
for
can make
sure.
songs, but can you make a hit? Can
And
you
you
make
make
a
a
hit?
song that like that sounds like it should be on the radio play 10 times a day, 14 times a day, or whatever, as
Exactly.
opposed to just making a, it was kind of like in a whoop that trick, like what's that Hustle and Flow, when he was like, oh, but we can't play this on the radio and this and that, and they finally was like, beat that bitch. No, 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 not that. Beat that whoop that trick. Hold on. You might got something, even something as simple as that turns it from a song that I bet if you made a song called Beat That Bitch and it was the same way, it would go in the hood, but we're not playing that on the radio.
Right.
Maybe today, because I've been hearing them play a lot
Today
of
is different
Sexy
though. I mean,
Red on the radio, and I'm just like, I'm
the
living in Twilight
radio
Zone.
matters nowadays, but not so much as the streaming. Like
No,
streaming has
yeah,
taken over. So, and not even more so less than that, or more than that. The performing shows
yeah. How can the
shows
song
matter.
perform, or can a person perform? You can be great from the studio of rapping and but then
We've seen
can
it
you
plenty of
put on a
times.
good performance, or do you just stand there a little
Versus
bit?
versus exposed us plenty of times.
Oh
and
man,
and,
for
and,
sure.
and realizing that like I've been lied to most of my childhood that these people weren't even really great rappers or singers.
Oh, what? Uh,
Me
so
hurt my heart.
yeah,
Like I was like,
okay,
damn.
because me, like back in the day, because like some of my older cousins and stuff, like I like listening to like Dipset.
Yeah,
Dipset, I'm trying to think of who else, but like, so when there was a Dipset versus the Locks, before you went into it, you're like, oh, Dipset for sure. Dipset,
yeah, bro.
what's the Locks gonna do? Whatever. No, it showed musicians versus niggas that rap to make some money.
Yeah, bro. Dead ass, bro. And like that's a lot of the case most of the time. And I'm like
Yeah,
realizing that like wow, like a lot of things are just gimmicks. A lot of rappers
yeah.
are literally not even
Whoa.
just like a diss, they're just actors. It's like
Oh yeah.
WWE.
Oh yeah. No, 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 no. Yeah. I I've been noticing that. Like it's I already kind of watch the world like this stuff is kind of all fake, like it's all entertainment, especially in this
It
industry.
is.
I mean, music, acting, even political, just a lot of like famous stuff.
All
When
of
you
it.
look at like who people that out of nowhere get famous, like whether it's like a social media famous person, you're just like, why are they famous again? Wait, why is that person next to LeBron out of nowhere? Why is that person next to
Drewski.
Drewski? It's like it makes no
I
sense to
still
me.
don't know what
Funny,
Drewski
funny,
does. What he what like I'm like, how did he get so much notoriety and clout so
right?
fast, bro?
And it's like there's
Like
part of me that's
so
like,
fast. That's
it's
not like some
like,
hater shit, but that's really
right,
not no hater shit. I'm just like that's a really good example. Like Drewski, what does
right.
Drewski do, bro?
I
Who is
I
he?
know, and
A
even like
rapper,
some of his
entertainer?
like
He's just like an influencer. Like
even some of his skits, even for some like in the evolution of his skits or what he like how he's capitalized. I think the smartest thing about Drewski is I don't know if somebody pushed him. I don't know if I'm kind of sure, but
well,
like
obviously he made some really good friends. He made some really good
yeah,
friends to be with
he
the
made
top
yourself very
artists all the
likable.
time, the type of entertainers all the time. Like
And then it's how do you capitalize off of that? How do you capitalize off of being next to Jack Harlow
not
or
facts.
Drake
We
or
it's
whatever? So now you make the could have been records. Now you make the and you did that as like a show or like a Instagram show. Now people tune into your live. Now you're showing analytics that hey, I can bring in this many people to look at my face. So now you'll get sponsors, you'll get schools, you'll get NFL teams,
commercials,
NBA
everything. Yeah.
commercials off of how you were able to manipulate you getting there. But I guess my question was, how did you even get there? It makes almost no sense.
Well,
And I can't be mad, but
we live in a who you know world.
right.
Even like when
And
I'm at
so,
work, it's a who you know, who you're cool with. Like I
oh
can go and work as
man,
hard as I can, as hard as I want, and not like associate with anybody and just be to myself. That ain't gonna ever get me nothing.
dude,
Cause I
Shay
didn't
talks
cause I
about
didn't
that.
go have cause I didn't go have lunch with my boss.
I didn't go. We didn't well because we remember we all went to go get drinks at the bowling alley and you didn't go.
Type
So
shit.
yeah. Oh yeah,
Type
oh
shit.
yeah, man. That's
Now
the
somebody who
yeah.
was working half as hard as you has an opportunity because of the relationship they've
He gonna make
made.
me rant about the Navy. He gonna make me rant about the.
man, who you
Oh my
know?
god,
So
man, for
in a lot
sure.
of cases, whose ass you're kissing? Like straight up, who are you
There
brown
it
nosing?
is.
And like
There it
a lot of
is.
motherfuckers won't make it so far. Like a lot of motherfuckers can't do certain things because they won't their pride.
And who you telling on? Who you telling on? I got some people I can shout out for that one. But
Man, the pride
you
is
know who
just
you
like,
tell
I'd rather just take the L. Like I'd rather just.
right, right. I'll just do it this right way. Don't go as far. I know my integrity was in check. I
I
know
was
that
solid, bro. Like I was good. Like I didn't have
you
to.
know I
I
can sleep at
didn't
night.
do a bunch of favors and accept things that were against my morale or against what I believe in. Like not even
Mm-hmm.
necessarily morale, but like that's when you're crossing those planes. I really feel, and I say sell your soul, and I use that term a lot. And I just mean when you're crossing these boundaries that you said you never cross,
Right. Because it may
doing
not
these
be the
things you said you
literal,
never do.
right. It's not the literal, okay, here's my soul. Please give me
Nah,
$5,000 for
like
said
it's really
soul. It's literally like
compromising.
who you are.
You're doing something
Compromising.
you know you're uncomfortable with, on the basis of your belief.
Mm, yeah.
On the
Like when
basis
Diddy
of your
calls
belief, you're
like
doing
when
it.
Diddy calls you at 3 a.m. for a party.
You know, like, but it's Diddy. Nah, that's not
Diddy.
even funny, bro. Like, man, what are you thinking about that? You've been I
so for
haven't really been like crazy in tune with that, but like it's all
right.
things
You
that we
you keep seeing the
actively
stuff
know.
pop up. Yeah, you keep seeing the stuff pop up, and I keep seeing different people tell stories, and I've even seen like people kind of sort of, in a sense, defend Diddy, which I get it. Like it's
That's their job,
like
and
I get
honestly,
it, but
that's
I
their job.
wouldn't. And this is where I go, yo, what's real and what's fake, right? Because you'll see people like, you know what? Actually, I know that right now my show doesn't have a whole lot of followers, so I feel like I can say kind of whatever I want. It's fine. But uh, like I seen like this one of not Young Thug, Slim Thug. He was basically like, so you mean to tell me this chick gonna be with him for 10 plus years, get everything, and then as soon as they break up, she trying to say all this. It's like, bro,
Bro, that's
you
called
not
having
realize,
somebody in your fucking pocket.
or even more
Which is the
so,
game. Which is the game. Having that power and having people in your pocket is how those people stay safe. It's how R. Kelly stayed safe for a long time. It's how all these people stayed safe for a long time. And the only way that these people can be diminished and it can happen like that is when somebody breaks that web and they're
All
like,
right, I'll
fuck
take
it.
I'll take it. I'll
They're
take it out of
they're
celebrity.
they're whistleblowers. They're whistleblowers.
Right. We'll take it out of celebrity. We'll take it out of all of that. How many girls you know, or even guys, how many people you know are with ain't shit people and why they ain't leave? You know they hitting them upside the head. You know they manipulative. You know they being abusive and they not leaving for that long. And then when they finally leave, they're like, oh, he was this. And then we go, and then but you think to yourself, why ain't you leave at year 1? Why ain't you leave at year 3?
They're trauma
All these
bound,
people.
bro.
So we look
A
at
lot of
so you can't
a lot
fault
of us are
her.
trauma bound. Like a lot of people are with people based on mutual toxicity. Like,
Okay, so that, and then you take when the dudes that be messing with the dude, like even if it's not, it's kind of on the Josh Giddey type thing a little bit too. I was talking to one of my people about it, but like even if it's still legal, it's still a bit of a manipulation when, let's say, a guy is 45 and he gets with a girl that's 21. Legal ages, right? But there's a certain role, there's a certain thing to it to where this older guy has like a, I won't say father role, but like a.
it is, bro. First of all, I'm gonna let you know that there's not a young woman that's going out there getting with and I'll say like let's say 20. Let's say 20 in their 20s.
Right.
Nobody in their 20s is going to get with somebody that is 40 plus, 35 plus, really. Like unless they have some kind of missing void that has something to do with their parents
Right.
usually.
Right.
Nobody like women don't do that. Like because if you have those choices, like, but okay, take that back. I can't say that, but I will apply it in the same way. Let's say that maybe it ain't even her dad. Her dad was in the picture, but it was a struggle in life.
Right.
So now I'm chasing the nigga with money. That's
so
like
I don't
dad.
have that same struggle, and I have basically the better version of what I had. So okay, so now that I bring it back, let's say said father figure or said like protector and provider figure for you is a billionaire that runs New York, runs a lot of places in Hollywood, like, you know what I'm saying, runs the music industry of what you're trying to be in. I can't just go and say, hey, he did this to me. Now I can't even work at, I don't know, Dylan's or whatever grocery store y'all got in y'all town. You know what I'm saying? Like, because he didn't put the word in, like, hey, she don't work nowhere in this town. Why would I tell on the man that controls everything about me? Even I looked at like, even the less, yes, there was like very horrible manipulative stuff that was reported, but there was even one that like rubbed me the wrong way that was very harmless, was somewhat harmless. That Young Jock story when they was in like the club or whatever, and he saw Young Jock was like, yeah, I was sitting there, me, Diddy, Cassie, some other people, and Diddy was watching this girl and saw her. He saw that her head, half her head was shaved. Was like, hey, tomorrow you're cutting your hair.
Let's think about where we are in hip hop history when this occurs, and when Young Jock is actually popping enough to be in the club with Diddy on some exclusive shit.
This is, it's going down.
So this is a young Cassie. This is a situation where there wasn't a hell of a lot of colored or POC women doing something like that, shaving their head.
Because you would already look crazy because they already super police Black and brown women's hair, more so Black, but you know,
I take it back. I mean, there was Eve, bro, but usually like hers was different though. Hers was like
you can't be
a self midlife or like crisis kind of thing. Like, oh, I'm gonna cut, you know, girls they get emotional and they're like, I'm gonna cut my hair off, like, and then they're like, oh.
Right. Well, and that's different because that's also Eve's image in the game as opposed to Cassie's image. This soft, it's me and you, blah, 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 as opposed to hard, roughneck rapper. That's two different. So you can do that as Eve, but you can't do that as Cassie until she did. So it's like, and on top of that, women's identity to their hair, or even sometimes men. So for you to make her do that, just pay tomorrow you're doing, not say, hey, would you like to?
When I seen that clip of Young Jock, I was kind of perceiving it more as like the situation. Like, I imagine there was a lot of, you know, Diddy, how like Diddy is, bro.
For sure.
There was a lot of intensity in that situation. So I'm sure he was kind of reading it like that, and I'm sure like it came off at first like this nigga for real high, you know, and then it's like, oh
Yeah,
shit, this
she
nigga's
really
for
did it.
real.
Yeah. Well, because I think even he thought, because when he told the story originally, this was like some years back, and this isn't like in the heat of Diddy and Cassie's story coming out. It was just him telling a funny story. But the way I kind of sort of read that, I was just kind of like, damn, man, that's kind of sad. Like that was
It's kind of sad
that was
that much control.
right. Because literally, if I went in there and told my
You wouldn't
wife,
go
hey,
shave it, yeah.
if I went in there and was like, yo, baby, go shave side, like just start in the middle and all this on the right side, go. He gonna look at me like, boy, you don't get
Yeah,
out of my face.
exactly.
I'm gonna do what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? But
Exactly.
and I wouldn't, but me, I wouldn't do that. I would want her to express herself however, whether she wants to color her hair green or
I might
whatever.
suggest it, bro.
I'm here for it.
I suggest no colors and shades of lipstick and things like
Right.
that.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean
Yeah.
she
Oh yeah,
has
go
to.
with this color.
I just tell you what I
Right.
like. Like
And even if you don't, because you my baby, I'm gonna like it. I'm gonna like whatever on you because I like you. I like, you know, but for Diddy to be like, change this, change that,
exactly. And
it's a
you
different version of
you
manipulation.
watch making the band, right? So
Yes.
you can only imagine how it really was. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's
like,
what he's doing. If that's what he's doing when there's 20
yo,
cameras
Cass,
in the room.
you gonna fucking shave your head? You see her? Yeah, shave it.
Look just like her. Because I want her, but I'm gonna just say you. That's
like,
crazy. And that's just
yeah.
the stuff that he does in front of people. So what was he doing when it was just them two in a room?
Oh my gosh.
So that's, you know what I'm saying? So I understand, like,
and not only that, but how much power. It's not always necessarily manipulation or abuse, but like if the president of the United States fucking kidnaps you, takes you to the White House, and you know what I'm saying, Joe Biden's like, you're gonna be my sex slave. Like, who can you tell?
right.
Who can you tell? All these people around him that love him.
Yeah.
All these women and men that are willing to throw you in the dirt for him.
Man, when you look
it's
at
that
when
power
people try
trip,
to
that's most of Hollywood. Like, that's really most
when
of
you look at when
Hollywood.
people,
It was just power.
and on top of that, and if I break it back down, but I'll bring it back up. When you look at when women try to come forward against their abusers, whether it's trigger warning, like rape, or like some type of thing or something like that, or just being done wrong in the workplace, they get chastised after for it. Right. They get called all types of names in the book. When you look at when women started coming out against, let's say, Cosby, Trump, who else? I mean, all these different names. And
Harvey Weinstein was the root of it all. Like, yeah.
But then there were still people who were chastising some of the women that were trying to come forward.
Well, okay. Check this out. You got $1 billion. Let's not even say $1 million. Let's say $1 million. Not $1 billion. Right. $1 million on the line, and this person, just because they're opening their mouth, is changing your family's life. And you got all these bills you need to pay, or whatever have you. You got things that you need to, or you're just, a glutton, and you're just greedy, and you just want all the money. That's the stance that I think they're taking. A lot of people are like, well, you're fucking this up for everybody.
Right, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. And they don't care that it's like, bro, like, I almost want to take myself out of here because I feel like I have no way out. This horrible thing was done to me, and I tried to come to you. You told on me. I tried to come to this person. They wouldn't let me work here. Like all these different things that I
ain't gonna lie to you, dog. When you talk about money that got six plus zeros behind it, for a lot of people in America, a lot of shit wouldn't matter.
For sure.
Like, and that's a sad case, but like, it's real. Like, that's a lot of things wouldn't matter.
Like Squid, like think about like
me or
mine
or you. Yeah, if it has to be me or mine or you, it's definitely gonna be me and mine.
Like, man, forget the money. People was tripping over toilet paper. Huh? People was tripping over
regular people. Y'all ain't never used that much toilet paper in your life.
Come on, man. So yeah, no, it's. So what would you do if 10 million was on the line? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you act crazy. Shoot, I watched. So
you hear me?
Squid Game came out. Squid Game came out, so now they had a competition show on Netflix right now. Squid Game, the competition, and it's basically set up the same way, except people aren't actually dying, you know. And you see people connive and backstab each other on this reality show because the winner gets, what was it, $4.56 million. I ain't never seen that much money get given away on a reality show before. Even
wicked.
after taxes, chop that in half, that's still 2.25.
Bro, it's not even like surprising to me. A lot of this stuff is not that surprising to me because we live in a really unempathetic world, bro. We live in an unempathetic world, like completely.
Sure.
We're so murder doesn't matter to us, bro.
Yeah.
That's a sad world to live in when like
no. Well, because it's on your phone all day.
Murder doesn't matter unless it directly affects you. And to
When
some people who are affected so much, is they're desensitized to it. So not like we got these people that are desensitized to it. We got people that don't give a fuck about it unless it's them.
There is at least 3 to 5 school shootings a week in America. School shootings. I'm talking about children, college age kids. To me, are getting shot. People at grocery stores, grandmothers, and all that, and we're just like, I don't know.
They're getting shot by people that don't even know the gravity of what they're doing.
And no, but even the way us as the people viewing it on the news are just kind of like, man, that's crazy. So, anyways, man, so you trying to go to Olive Garden after this? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
you know what it is?
Boom, right past it.
How much are they showing, bro? So like, I got a Galaxy Flip now. Like, I'm not in a part of the iPhone gang no more. And it sends me these uploads, daily news. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
90% of that daily news that I wake up to notifications is like a murder here, kidnapping here, slaughter.
Yeah,
like it's all.
That's why
news,
I ain't gonna lie, man. I started trying to like remix in a sense my algorithm. Like I'm talking about not just like
I'm only gonna look up
even in my life. Yeah, bro. Like there's something I'll swipe. They'll be like, "Oh, this is gonna be crazy." I'll be like, "Well, I'm not gonna watch it then." Like, I don't care what it's gonna like, on Instagram, and it's like horrible content here. Click. I'm just like, I'm just not gonna click. I don't know. What the Lakers do. You know what I'm saying? Like I quickly started doing it. Like I've been so immersed and from like where I grew up at, you know, all this stuff and stuff that I've had to see throughout my life. I'm like, I don't have to be the toughest, man. I don't have to be okay with seeing that type of stuff, man. Like, don't have a heart, like, and also it's also what you're feeding your mind. If you're constantly feeding your mind at negativity,
it's sad that we even have to see that much on the internet, though. It's sad that like people post so carelessly, like there isn't any respect for the dead, bro. Like there was, maybe I was just young, but I don't ever remember this much beef or diss rap where people are just like disrespecting the dead, bro.
Oh yeah, like
just disrespecting
smoking
dead,
on
dog.
Such and such dead homie, your grandma, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, we shot crazy. Your mama up, we shot your cousin up, we shot your brothers up, we shot everybody up.
I started pulling away, man. I started pulling away to the point where like I find myself listening to like a lot more like Afro beats.
I feel you.
Like that, or calmer music. That's why I said another reason why the Andre 3000 album was really cool to me, because it's like a way different change of pace for my mind. Like, that stuff leads to where do you think that like we start having all these negative thoughts and depression and all this type of stuff from? We're ingesting a lot of like negativity all day and wonder why we feel so negative.
Something that
if you don't go watch Barney or some shit, like
genetically is already in our psyche.
Right.
Just because
we already have
black.
Like, the generational trauma of that. So how do I fight the generational trauma, man? The years and years and years are going back to, okay, put it like this. In our family, just in Fauntleroy's, so us just chopping it up. If you listen to any of the stories of one of our aunties, your mama, whoever, of some of their stories growing up, you'd be like, so you were a victim. Like,
type shit.
And that's just 1-2 generations back. We're not even getting to Granny's mama. We're not even getting to
man. We're not getting to great grandpa's fucking his ancestry behind him, because they're coming straight from slaves. So they're coming straight out of Louisiana.
Yeah. So with stuff like that.
That's a really good talk because I've like kind of tracked some of our genealogy back, man.
Same here. Yeah.
Looked at a lot of the well, you know, all we have to really look at is like those uh census
Right. Yeah, because
census
I have
fucking marks
ancestry
or whatever.
DNA. I have ancestry DNA and stuff, and I've been like looking back and all that.
Yeah, it really sucks. It sucks for black people because like it's really hard to look through all those, bro. You're
Yeah.
literally just tracking back names and dates. And
No,
it's like,
I even do this thing. I even do this thing because like even like so now with like Shay, like so with her having our last name, it's funny because like she's Mexican, but she has this a black man's last name, but obviously it's not mine. But like so
right.
then like so I've even told her like, yo, I've been doing this. You can do it if you want to make white people uncomfortable sometimes. But what they'd be like, oh, Fauntleroy. So where's that from? Oh, so is your husband is he English or is that French or something? It's like, no, it came from
Type
slavery.
shit, yeah.
No, there's slavery. Because I'll be doing that and I just look at him in the face like,
Oh,
oh, because I mean it's like as awkward as you feel in
for
that
real
10
though.
seconds right there, it sucks for me because it's
I don't
like
know my real last name. I don't know
when
my
I
name.
was or when you're next to your friends in school, because I used to like when I was in elementary school, we did a whole thing where we were tracing our family back. It was crazy, like in third grade, because I went to this magnet school. So all my friends were like, oh, here's my family crest from Scotland. Here's my family
Type
crest from
shit, you
Canada.
know what I mean?
And you're going, oh man, that's close. Oh wait, so your great grandfather was a sheep herder in Ireland or whatever. And you're like, oh wow, let me look up mine. Oh, it stops here, huh?
Yeah, bro.
Oh,
That's it. And like, and the
like
thing is, you really gotta dig. You gotta do some deep diving just to find those
man,
census reports.
right? Just
And
to
it's
find the
really
census.
hard. It's really hard to track. Like, it's really hard to track all that shit.
And so yeah,
I,
to me, it's a crazy thing. Like I, I don't know. So yeah, so basically undoing all that negativity. And so there's little things that I do. Like there's a reason why I'm into anime. There's a reason why I watch a lot of like either post-apocalyptic or zombie stuff, if I'm even on that, or I'll watch random comedy. We watch a lot of stand-up and stuff like that. And we have so many jokes because like I have to separate myself from reality sometimes.
I feel you.
I have to like
It's
so
a
because like
release,
anime
bro.
has
Like
nothing to
something I don't
do.
have to like super duper think about. Like I can just
Yeah.
take it for face value almost and like watch it like and enjoy it. Like yeah, I feel
I
you. I
read
feel that.
comic books that have nothing to, well, now they start to put a little bit of real life into the comic a little bit. So I'm just like, but like, why can't we just fight some aliens from that are trying to invade or something? You know what I'm saying? Like, because
Right.
it has nothing to do with what's going on right now. Um, and we need like sometimes I feel like people need that release, whether it's in music, which
For me, like
or
bro, mostly it's music and cinema for me. Like I love a good movie. I love a good show.
mm-hmm,
Like and I like picking it
right.
apart. I like being like the writer was shit. Wow, the
Oh,
character
yes,
development in this is trash. Like
yes, same. I do that all the
like
I
for
think that
real.
also helped me like not be afraid during scary movies now. Like I watched
Yeah,
the
because
whole
you can
thing
like pick it
like
apart. Like you're like,
okay, they should probably put a jump scare about right there it goes. Okay,
the
cool.
scariest movies are not like visually scary. It's the
The
that feeling of anticipation or like
right.
kind of Shutter Island type stuff. Like that's what's
Or
scary
even
to
like
me.
the mindset between like watching people like fall apart. Like you said, like yeah, Shutter Island, the reason why that was so good is like you were watching from his point of view and being like, wait a
Yeah.
minute. So the whole point of view I was following and rooting for was wrong for like
Boom. I love that shit. I
yeah.
love my brain being like, oh wow.
Oh, for
Like,
sure. Yeah, shoot, there was a good one on Netflix. I think I've talked about it before, but The Fall of the House of Usher.
is that the one that you
It,
were telling me about with no. What yeah, no, was that the one you were telling me about with a boy from the wire in it?
no. This one is like this rich white family. But they got like basically they were like the top of the top. Like they could get in trouble and nothing would happen type of thing because they
Yeah,
signed this
real life
deal
stuff,
basically. And
real life
then
things.
right,
Yeah.
but like the way like it was like a fall apart of everything and everyone was just dying these crazy ways is because it was like time was or death was like collecting or whatever. And it was just like the way check it out. It's a good show. I recommend it to
All of that.
people, The rise, yeah, the fall, yeah, Fall of the House of Usher, or something like that. Yeah,
Fall of the House, but it's on with
and
Netflix.
yep, and they because like it's from these same people who keep doing these like shows on there, like Haunting of Hill House, The Haunting of Bly Manor,
Yeah,
Midnight Mass. It's the same. It's the same people who made that.
that Midnight Mass is crazy.
Midnight Man, Midnight Mass. It's another good one. I'd highly recommend. But yeah, man. Speaking of which, shoot, as a escapism from the craziness, what's something that you would what's a show or movie that you would highly recommend to people?
Show or movie that I would highly recommend. The Well. It has man, what's his name? The Mummy, Brendan Fraser. Brendan
Okay.
Fraser.
Oh, the way, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I think it's on Amazon Prime, maybe. It's Amazon Prime, maybe
Okay.
HBO. One of those two. I think it came out in like 2022
Yeah,
or
it won an
21.
award. It won an award last year, I believe, or this year.
That was the last movie that I watched that really got me, man. It really got me, and it's really a simple plot to it. Grieving man copes with eating, overeats, and becomes incredibly unhealthy. Becomes a hermit, doesn't leave his house, has a daughter, has a wife. I won't like. I hate being a spoiler, but he left his wife for a man and was estranged from his daughter for a really long time, and then that man killed himself, and he became like this over obese whale.
That's
Who's also
funny.
an online teacher.
I mean, that's not funny, but it's funny.
Well, it is, but man, dude,
Well, I mean, just
all right, bro. For there to only be
jokes,
like,
but
like you can count on one hand, like scene locations in
yeah.
that movie.
Okay.
It was really
Like
well
that.
written. Like that was really
Okay.
well written. Like that's crazy that they could even encompass those feelings. That kind of character development make you like really feel for every character in the movie because they're all like a part of this big web and situation that affected everybody. Yeah, even there's like this Mormon kid that comes in there and he's got his own little situation. He's kind of running from life and he ends up in the mix with all this and he's trying to help and bring the daughter and the dad closer together because he's basically on his deathbed. He's that big. It's a really good movie.
Okay.
It's a drama, but not like crazy dramatic, man. It's really real. Like there's a lot of realism in that movie, like for real. And I think it encompassed a lesson of running from your fucking problems.
No, that's crazy that you put that to that running away from conflict and trauma. Like, yeah, okay,
That's a
okay,
really it was a
okay.
really good watch, bro. The Well. No, like it
Puts
is.
it into perspective. Puts it in perspective how to handle things.
Well, because a lot of times, like we're just not like I don't want to fall out with this person. I love this person, or I don't want there to be able to. But sometimes in life, there has to be.
Or it may not even be. It may not even be.
And it may not. You could just be psyching yourself. Exactly.
Right,
could it be a conversation that somebody needed? Like they needed to hear that from you specifically, depending on your relationship.
Damn. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, man.
And I learned that, like, you know what I'm saying? There's different things with like my parents that like it's really hard to talk. It's really hard to say that to them or really hard to express this. And then
man,
it's not always
negative.
It's not always negative, but like just to even be like, hey, calling my parents up to be like, hey, I'm just having a hard time mentally right now. You know what I mean? Like you guys know what life is like, you know. Even that.
Right.
Just because you don't want to have that conflict of like maybe my dad's gonna come back to me and be like, well, suck that shit up, boy.
Right. And it's like, dude, I definitely don't want to hear that right now. Like I cannot hear that. Like I said, like literally the sentence I said before we got on, like, bro, like I cannot hear that. Like in this moment that I'm in right now, I cannot hear that. The response that I'm expecting you to give me.
Yeah, bro, exactly, bro. It's not what you want to hear. But what we've ran away from is trying to build this perfect world through social media, not necessarily us in general, but like just a society as a whole, trying to build these worlds in social media that we're vicariously living through when that's not the reality. when the reality is you did need to hear your dad tell you to shut the fuck up, suck it up, whatever, get up. Or maybe you did need to hear your mom tell you, like, boy, son, that's probably not the best way to go about that.
Right, right.
But you didn't want to hear that. Like that's a lot of people. They don't want the answers.
Sometimes
They
it's,
don't want to hear that. Like they don't want to know what the other person thinks. They're saying that. They're saying like, I do. I just
right.
want to know what they're thinking, how they're feeling. So
No,
go
you
have the
don't.
conversation. Me and my wife do it all the time. Because recently, you know, with Danielle and Tyrell, like I've been talking to them more. I've been talking to them about older stuff more. I've been talking to
That's
them like
right.
because I've started recognizing where I'm at. I'm like, dang, if I'm unraveling all this, then they're probably really unraveling a lot of things. Like,
Right. As your younger siblings, yeah,
yeah, and like
for sure.
you'll feel like when you're doing that, when you're growing older and you're getting better insight in the world and you're understanding things better, like you start to feel like, dang, I'm alone. But you're not alone. Like you're just choosing not to talk to the people that were there with you. Like you're just choosing not to talk because it's a hard conversation.
For sure. Hey, call y'all people, man. Call y'all people.
100% though, like 100% though. Like that's not even. I hate feeling like I'm preaching, but I like this is what I want to give out to them. Like these are things, like the conclusions, and I'm not always good about these. I'm not always practicing these. I avoid my grandmother. I avoid my mom sometimes when I'm in shitty points in life, and it's because I can't deal with that pressure or the feeling of like I'm gonna disappoint them or they don't want to hear this from me. And it's not even the case, but it's what I
Right.
feel. It's what I feel, and so
Yeah,
I just avoid it.
for sure. Man, you know what? I know we can sit here and this could be a 4-hour pod if I
I
let it
already
happen.
know, bro. I
For
already know.
sure.
I'm
So,
definitely gonna need a fucking part two,
oh
for
yeah, yeah.
sure,
I
bro.
definitely want you to come on because yeah, you definitely gotta chat it up with Jamal, man. We got a whole lot more shoot, and we'll get into get into hooping a little bit more. As y'all can see, it's crazy, right? We didn't even talk basketball. We barely talk anime. What? This is crazy. But
It is
there's so much more to
crazy.
life. And on
I
top of that,
wanted
as y'all can see,
I
go
wanted to
ahead.
come on here and it be an interview like that though. Cause
Yeah,
y'all
yeah,
talk about
yeah, yeah.
everything. We on here to talk about everything, and I wanted
Everything
it
from
to
NBA to
be,
anime.
man, bro, for real. And
Uh,
unfortunately, I'm not like, yeah, I'm not
man.
super consumed in the NBA. I could talk NFL with y'all, but like I'm not really super consumed in the NBA. A
Do
lot
you
of
do you be
games,
on
a lot of
Prize
time.
Picks? Do you be
I
on
don't
Prize Picks?
I don't, bro. I'm not with that. I'm not. Y'all should not be online gambling, bro.
It's real,
Y'all should
man.
not.
It gets frustrating, and it makes
Y'all should
honestly
not be
it
online
makes the
gambling.
game.
They're setting y'all shit up from Vegas. They know.
Dude, can I
They
should show you.
know, bro.
I'll
Like,
show you all. I'll show you offline. But you don't understand how frustrating it gets when you'll see like because Price Picks makes it easier for you to be like you pick players and be like more or less, more or less, more or less, right?
yeah, bro. They want you to do that.
It'd be
Like,
like, dude, it'd be like Kyrie Irving. Uh, he'll score 15.5, right? And it'd be like more or less. So you'd be like, he got more. He got more. It's Kyrie. This man will score 15 points. You'd be
bro,
like,
yes, yes, bro. Meltdowns, bro. Like for real. I
so
played a
yeah,
handful of
nah.
times on some online gambling, man. But y'all be safe. Keep your money. Make a
But that's
better
what I say.
investment.
Yeah, be safe. Know what you know. Don't think. Do not bet your rent money. Do not just chill, man. Just enjoy life. If you do every once in a while, like I said, I can't tell you not to drink, can't tell you not to smoke. Just enjoy your vices responsibly.
Nah, for real though. That's all it is, man. Don't bet your
Do
check.
not
Don't
bet
bet
your
your
check,
check,
brother.
bro. Like,
But if he wins, though, all right. But what if he lose? You have to shelter.
man,
But
swear.
yeah, man. Yeah, definitely
Yo,
be responsible. Before we go, do you have anyone you want to shout out? Or before that, plug all your plugs. What you got
yo,
going?
GSD, the home team, man. Let's shout out Mavenue. That's MAV. Man, you can stream him on Spotify, Amazon Music, YouTube. My boy got videos out. Go check out that Still Gambling on YouTube, Mavenue. You can check out
Mm-hmm.
my boy Kansas Kid on SoundCloud, YouTube. He's got the Black Bobby coming.
Audio Mac. Yeah, Black Bobby's coming. Yep.
Yeah, yeah. Man, I really want to shout out the fam. I want to shout out my family, my wife, my kids, my mom's, my family for giving me everything that they have and everything that they haven't yet as well. Like for real. And shout
Okay.
out St. Rick, of course, myself. Go stream me, man. Go stream Fate on Spotify. Anywhere you can stream music, you can find it. Fate, St. Rick with a $. That's $, AINT space RIC.
Man. Yo, if y'all go on my cruise playlist on Spotify, it's already on there. It's already on there. So just go on that and basically see the music that, like, my cruise playlist is like all music that feels like theme songs to me. So whether I feel like being a gangster that day, whether I feel super chill, whether I'm in the car, like when you're in the car, you feel like you're in a movie, like main character vibes.
Dig it, bro.
I made that. Fate is on there. I got a couple more St. Rick songs on there. So just go through there. You see things St. Rick, go through that. Matter of fact, like you said, go on there.
If you're on here and you could give me some more information about syncing, man, we'd love to see Fate on a show or a movie, man. Love to get that synced, man, for real.
For sure. It feels like a movie song. It feels like everything is going good. As soon as you at the end of a feel good movie, drop this song.
Man, bro. Loving basketball.
You just after you paid all your money, after you paid all your bills, you still got about $300-400 left in your account. Play this song.
Man,
it feels so good, man.
For real, bro.
You go on a good date with your lady. You go on a good date with your lady. You know what I'm saying? Everything going good. It's a random Tuesday. You brought her some flowers.
Man,
play this song, man.
Just go ahead for her. She gonna say, like, hey, you really feel like that about me? Like, yeah, baby, man. You. Yeah, baby, you.
Like, I ain't never even been. I feel like I've never been this high before.
Man,
I be smoking weed, but I've never been this high before. Man, with you.
Long game, bro. It's you. It's the love, baby.
Man, yo, you know what?
Drop. You getting asked that night. It's probably good for the rest of the week, dog.
She sent you that text. She sent you that text at 2:30 about what's gonna happen at 8:30. Drop this song, man. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I don't really listen. As y'all know, I shouted out Mavenu last week, you know, because he dropped that 2-pack. But yeah, Kansas Kid, Mavenu, of course, St. Rick, and then I'm gonna just give a birthday shout out. Literally yesterday was my sister's birthday. Dirty 30, you know,
man,
DOV.
That is so crazy, bro. Have it.
And my niece, her daughter, the day before turned 8. So,
that's so
you
crazy,
know, happy
man.
birthday to them.
Beautiful life. Happy birthday. Both of them little Obeys. They both twins.
Little Obey.
For real.
But yeah, man, for sure, if y'all made it this far, man, and even if you haven't, you swiped up, comment, like, subscribe, all the things. Leave a comment and yo, let us know what you think about the song Fate. Go listen to it, come back. You know, go
Don't
to
drop comments. Don't drop anything bad. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, no negativity.
I'm not gonna press
I don't
you.
know. No,
it's YouTube, bro. I read the comments.
Yo, I'm gonna listen. I won't beat you up. I'm gonna just cry, bro. Like, I am not a street nigga, bro.
Man, bro, I'm just out here trying to live, bro. Make a little money, you know. Dang. Nah, for real though. Peace, love, hair grease. Y'all love y'all families while y'all can out here.
Man, make that call. Make that call. Shoot a text today when you listen to this. Shoot a text to a family member or a friend that you ain't talked to in a while. Just say, "What's up? How you been?" You know what I'm saying? Start a conversation that and not want nothing from it.
People need y'all. People need.
How many times have you done that? How many times have y'all made them phone calls and not needed something after that? Hello,
man. But anyway,
well, that's crazy. How are you living? Well, I'm not doing good. If you could just, you know, brother, $40. No, but honestly, man, yo, just love each other, man. Hey, whether we chat like bros or I debate you like an enemy, it's all fun and games. Just match my energy.
Match my energy, y'all. Yeah.
Just match my energy. Just match my energy. Yeah.